drinkingbrosseltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. The peach, the lemon lime, the strawberry shortcake, and the blue raspberry. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten if you give a shit about that. We are live in over 100 stores in Tennessee. More just opened up. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Holloway, Papa G with the traffic,
How do you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News, everybody. Bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. And what a week it's been, D'Anthony. Huh? A lot of upsy downsies all aroundsies this week, wouldn't you say?
Not really.
No? Just an average week, you think?
Mm-hmm.
Shit's blowing up. Things are popping up on shores. We got some spy balloons, some possible nukes. Oh, my. It just keeps getting better and better, I feel.
It's at least something to do.
It is, right? And that's what I said earlier when we were watching an 85-year-old grandmother getting eaten by an alligator on Ross Patterson Revolution on Patreon. Because you can do that there, and she kind of deserved it.
Well, she was saving her dog, I believe.
No, she was not.
That was the story, the press story.
It was the press story, and then Bob found the video today, and we watched this lady. And my God, man, she just walked right down to the. I mean, it was a downward slope. She walks right down there, and the fucking alligator. Of course, what do you think the alligator's gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't look. If I saw a super old cow, I probably wouldn't eat it.
Really?
Because it'd be gross. But I don't know that they have a great palate.
Who? Gators?
Yeah.
Eh.
But you know, the chances are she just wanted to die.
Maybe, and that's always a possibility.
I mean, she's 85.
She was 85 years old.
I'm 42, and I want to die every single day.
Yeah.
So I understand it.
So you understand? She's double. She's literally double your age. She wanted to check the fuck right out of there. So you're good to go. Maybe Bob, pop up the pic for Dan so you can at least see it real quick. Yeah, I mean, she's so close, and it's on a downward slope at the pond. And I was like, oh, shit. You hear about this shit, and you're like, there's no way, right? Nobody could be that dumb to do this. And then you see it, and you're like, well, yeah, she was right there. Like,
Well, maybe she thought
deserved
it. Maybe she thought it was her dog. Well, there's her dog right there. She's trying to save it.
No, the dog was running away.
The dog was running away. She actually brought the dog closer to the pond, where it was just like, what are you doing?
Well, hopefully she let it go once she started getting eaten.
You know,
She did. She saved her dog.
saved her dog. She
Well-
saved her dog. She died so the dog could live a beautiful life. And let's face it, who would have gone first, her or the dog? Probably her. She made her decision, you know?
I don't know. She's got more blood, so it would take her longer to bleed out.
You think so?
That's how it works. yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but she drowned.
but yeah, during a gator attack, you're going to drown real quick.
On land?
No,
he dragged her in.
He dragged her in. He took the whole goddamn body in with him, and that was fun, and we enjoyed all that. But if you're out there and want to watch that live video, pop on over to Patreon, Drinkin' Bros Podcast on Patreon. We showed it up until the moment the gator dragged her into the water, and that's where the video cut out. Hopefully, we can bring you the full thing on via Reddit or something. Bob's doing some research here, and that's what we do on Fake News.
This was in Florida?
A lot of research, yeah. Yeah, it was in Florida. Are you
And
shocked?
Who's recording?
That's a great question. Who
it
was
was
that?
a wildlife cam. That was up in a tree, I believe.
Yeah. Cameras everywhere. Cameras everywhere these days. Top story of the week, though. White women and the return of the big forehead has really dominated the first 2 months of the year so far. My God, man. The Trump trial foreman is about to ruin the Georgia prosecution against Donald John Trump. Lawyers representing Republican witnesses in the investigation of former President Donald Trump and his colleagues in Fulton County, my county, as a child, as a small boy, may try to stop possible indictments. The move would be based on recent public statements by the forewoman of a special purpose grand jury. District Attorney Fannie Willis is currently deciding whether to pursue charges and convene a criminal grand jury based on the special grand jury's findings. We're getting into some top secret stuff here. How many different specials do we have to have for this thing? Now, this lady's name is Emily Kors. She's the forewoman of the grand jury investigating the president. Show her on screen here, Bobby, so the people can see. Look at that, dude. Why is this the same woman in every single one of these goddamn
She looks
things?
like an androgynous bird.
Strange, right? She looks like an albino swan a little bit. A swan's the beautiful ones. Is that the bird?
The swan, it's ugly. It's an ugly child,
Ugly
right?
duckling.
Great.
And then it grows up to be beautiful.
Okay. Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that's going to happen in her case, so I might have misspoke.
It's
Might have
just the
spoken
dude
at
from
school.
Silicon Valley.
With her?
Yeah.
What's it?
No, this guy. I mean, the girl.
Oh, the girl. Yeah. But the odd thing is, Bob, if you bring up the cop in Nashville, same thing. Huge forehead, very distinguishing, and same with the FTX chick. We're starting to get into the same look now of crazy, and I don't know if we should start funding research to find out what's behind it. Anthony?
Greta Thunberg looks like.
Oh,
this,
that's right,
too.
Toon Bear. Please pronounce that correctly. It's Toon Bear. All right. Pop her up there. Same thing. Look at the forehead on her. Boom. Forehead on her. Kind of looks like they're all in the same family. The eyes are close together. Maybe this is some fucking inbreeding shit.
It's just bad genetics.
You think so?
Microplastics.
No, it's just
I don't know.
bad
And then
genetics.
Pull up the FTX chick, Bob. I mean, we're looking at the same. I feel it's sisters from like
It's
some old-timey movie.
It's like a sloped head, pointy chin
Yeah.
kind of situation,
Yeah.
but not a strong chin or jawline, and then a large forehead.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Marry, fuck, kill.
Whoa. I think you got to go that's the tough. You got to go. I think you got to go the glasses for Mary, right? Just because she's an investor.
Take the money.
Yeah, she invests her money well. And then obviously the cop.
You fuck cop.
Yeah. You gotta.
Yeah.
And then
She's wild.
This one, the foreman. It's like, dude, I don't know. That's not,
Well, we don't know enough about her yet.
It's probably kill for me.
Yeah.
But just based on looks, I don't know any of these people in real
Well,
life.
I mean,
but
40 years ago, you never would have seen a person like this because people would have known what they looked like, and they would have stayed out of the public eye. You know what I mean? But that's not how it is anymore.
Are you saying this is like the sister who they hide in the back, where it's just like, hey, just kind of wringing their fingers in old timey movies. I hope we can find a man's for to get married.
Back in the day when when women were getting married at 16, she was what would be called an old maid. At 27 years old,
That's
still
the
not
phrase.
married.
God damn it! I was thinking of old maid. Couldn't
See,
come to me.
I'm going with a hard disagree on that one.
Ooh, who is that? Is that FDR's wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like royalty, right?
Yeah.
That's not the same thing. We've been parading out royal mongoloids for fucking 10,000 years. That's never going to stop. I'm just saying the average run-of-the-mill person like these other three women would never have made it into the public sphere.
No. And Bob, pop up that picture of FDR's wife right there that you got.
She's a real chip off the old block, huh?
Man, but if you chopped off the sides of those, if you chop those wings off,
That's a real solid dude right
it looks
there.
it looks like Jimmy Carter.
I mean,
R.I.P.
nobody ever accused FDR of being an attractive man.
Well, they were living separate lives,
Yeah.
His legs didn't work, and I don't think his dick worked.
Well,
His
no,
cock
you see it
worked.
jacked
Yes,
off all
his
the time.
cock worked.
You got to watch Hudson by Hyde
Nope.
Park or whatever.
You got to watch FDR American Badass, friends.
You got
And
hand jobs in
It's
that?
in there, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he got handies all the time.
You got handies all the time.
From whom?
His cousin? a lot?
Cousin, yeah. I mean, it was a whole stretch. Who was the chick in Warm Springs? because they did a movie on that with
It was Laura Linney and Bill Murray.
Yes, that's right.
I got to watch Laura Linney jack off Bill Murray.
Yeah. So in this one, she not only in FTR American Badass jacked him off properly because he had these little hot dog legs, but she jacked him off with mustard and ketchup, and it was a very graphic scene. You're welcome for that's on Paramount Plus if you want to check that out. But with Emily Kors here, what she's doing is she's been laughing during media appearances.
Well, why she's on a press tour in the fucking first place is bizarre. I've never seen anything like this before until after a court case is adjudicated.
Yes.
Now, you'll see this from jurors on big court cases, but not from special investigated grand juries or grand juries. I've never seen that before.
Correct. And she's already shopping a book deal right now in anticipation for this. So does she know what's going to happen? Does she know that there's indictments or non-indictments or what? Like, I can't figure this woman out other than the high forehead and maybe she wants to fuck a bunch of cops.
I have no idea, but I mean, it's been a pretty resounding what the fuck from everybody, including CNN and MSNBC so
Correct.
far.
Yeah. So what they're saying is even Anderson Cooper chimed in and was like, hey, dude, this is crazy here. Why is this person talking on TV? I do not understand. She's clearly enjoying herself. Is this responsible? She was the foreperson of this grand jury. Who is Emily? Well, she's a witch with potions and magic and gypsy tears.
If you click on that last Twitter link and pull that up, Bob.
Oh, on is that Charlie Kirk's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pop that up on screen for the people.
Sorry,
there.
I was going in order of the email here.
Yeah, don't do it, Bobby. You know, we go by show title around here. We give the people what they want, and the people want white women's foreheads.
Just go out. You don't need
Damn it.
I mean, Charlie Kirk's got a pretty big forehead too. But you know, if you can,
I do too.
If you can zoom in on that, well, you don't need to. I'm just saying for the audience, if you can look closely at this, what you'll see are these are posts this woman's made
about magic,
about spells that she's cast, about potions and how to make them, about the healing power of crystals and things like that, which is pretty much what you would expect. This is the woman that is ruining comedy shows across America.
Did she go to that school we were talking about like a month ago?
In Washington, yes.
Yeah. If she went there now. Follow-up question, is she Aaron Rodgers' new agent after he gets out of because he got out of the dark cave today? Is she the one that's going to be negotiating the deal with the Raiders? Who knows?
Yeah, he came out. I really wish we had more production resources. Like if we were just independently wealthy this morning, I would have made a Groundhog Day Aaron Rodgers coming out of and let's see if the Packers are going to have 6 more weeks of winter situation. Just know that I would have made that if possible. We just didn't have the time to do it because we got other shit going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's retarded. But this is dumb as fuck. I mean, this is like when Bill Burr and Anthony Jeselnik and a couple of these other people go on these rants about, and Giannis Papas is one of them too, to go on these rants about white women in their 30s and 40s that are just ruining everything. It's because I've said this before. It's the oppression FOMO shit. They got left out. Like the predominant culture these days is you're defined by your identity as your disability or your illness or your fucking family members being oppressed at some point, and white women just lost out on all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So they're just making shit up to be butthurt about. Yeah, it's so exhausting.
And the numbers keep rising, by the way. I don't know if you saw the article yesterday where it said the amount of Americans now that consider themselves LGBTQ has gone up in a record amount.
It's up to 7.2. Yeah. Gaylords is what it said in the article I read.
Gaylords?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It's at 7.2% of people self-identify as Gaylords now.
So...
Which is like...
They're the lords of
it's some kind of... it's an honorific title. It's not just about identity. It's also they're giving themselves titles now.
Okay.
Which is bizarre.
If you're going to do it, do it. I mean, I would like to be a Gaylord of some sort. I don't know, a straight lord? We don't really have those, do we? Can I be a straight lord?
Oh, man. I mean, what would you even
Pete
do?
Davidson.
Cock lord?
It's Pete Davidson.
No, that guy Pete, dude.
Oh, Harrison Ford's probably a straight lord. Although he's
Is he?
getting a little cranky in his old age.
He's married to a high forehead.
Yeah, people keep asking him questions about stuff. He goes, "Fuck you.
He should.
I know who I am." Like, all right, Harrison, just relax, dude. It's
a really good Harrison Ford, by the way. Is that off the cuff?
Yeah, I didn't mean to do an impression. It's just what he sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's he's old. He's
Sort of,
what,
yeah.
80? 78, 80?
82, I think. And he's doing another season of 1933, so they're bringing that back.
Yeah, somebody asked him what the new season or how there was an interview 2 days ago, I think. I don't remember what the publication was, but they asked him, how do they phrase it? Like, what are the differences going to be between season 1 and season 2? He goes, how the fuck should I know? Like, I didn't write the goddamn thing. What do you think?
I like
Dude,
it.
I mean,
I like it.
is the presumption that Harrison Ford is really studious about that script, or is he just, saying the lines right beforehand in a gravelly voice?
It's a tough call these days.
He's like one of the best actors of all time because he
is.
stays very tight in the niche that he's really good at.
Yeah.
I don't know of one shitty movie that he's ever been in, to be honest.
You'd be hard-pressed to find one, to be honest with you. Harrison Ford?
Just because, I mean, it's like Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
You just play Bruce Willis all the time. Harrison Ford has been playing Harrison Ford for decades. Same thing with Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
The old actors knew what was up. It wasn't like you were a comedian and then you tried to get into serious acting later. I was like, no, if you're a fucking goofball, play goofball shit.
Yeah. The one thing you can't say, though, is that guy he smokes more weed than you do.
Yeah, he's
which is crazy.
There's like a fucking peg pen style cloud floating around him at all times.
My God, dude. There's a video, if you guys ever get a chance to check it out, it's David Blaine comes over to do a magic trick over at Harrison Ford's house.
Oh, it fucking cracked me up.
I've never seen a human being so high in my life than Harrison Ford in that video. It's great.
The best part's the end.
Oh, yeah. But he shouldn't be flying planes. Because I think at the end he tells him to get the fuck out of his house.
Yeah, he does this. He does a magic trick that's like inexplicable or like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And here his Ford just goes, "Get the fuck out of my house."
Get the fuck
off
out of
my
my
plane.
house. Yeah, get the fuck out of my house. And he's crashing planes and all that shit. He's married to Ally McBeal, right? Callista Flockhart?
He is.
Yeah.
I can tell you this:
Another high forehead.
twice the pilot Roy Halladay was.
Nailed it. R.I.P. R.I.P. Are you claiming him? I put him on the Blue Jays before I do the Phillies.
He's a Philly.
He's a Philly.
Come on. I mean, he had 2 hats in the Hall of Fame, right?
Like I'm just saying, Harrison Ford's capable of doing drugs and surviving a plane crash, and Roy Halladay has proven the opposite.
He threw
Well-
a perfect game in the playoffs with the Phillies.
Wait, what about I can't remember his first name, Fernandez for the Marlins?
Jose.
Jose,
yeah.
That guy was like going to be a potential Hall of Famer too.
Yeah.
Like he was one of the best pitchers.
Couldn't drive a boat.
Couldn't drive the
Well,
boat.
they were on cocaine, man.
Yes.
And I got to be honest, I've done a lot of cocaine on boats, and it's never hindered my ability to operate the boat. As a matter of fact, it probably made me better.
Well,
Yeah, I don't
here's
see
it
the
didn't hinder their
problem.
ability.
Yeah.
There was a problem.
What was it?
And I think the cocaine exacerbated that.
Yeah,
problem.
it was a little bit of a ego thing.
They were boating at night.
That always works out.
So they were
to go
just coked
fast.
Never
out.
any problems.
Yeah, coked out on the ocean,
Wanted to
Yep.
letting it rip.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do that, probably stay on the lake.
Well, I think
Not the open waters, because there's too much shit out there. There's too many, like, people are responsible for the lake. There's, cops and shit out there, and the county usually manages it, or the state at the highest level. If you're out in the ocean, it's like the Coast Guard kinda, but they're not doing the same amount of safety shit. So there might be a low tide where there's a bank that you're going to run into. And you got to know. You just have to know the terrain, otherwise you're fucked.
I think he hit a jetty, wasn't it? Like now I remember the story. Didn't he hit a jetty? And it's just, I mean, the boat was obliterated.
I heard it was Poseidon.
Could be.
He was
Could be.
He was out there doing cocaine. Fuck Poseidon.
Yeah.
I'm the king of the ocean. And then Poseidon was like, I don't think so, bitch. And, look, I like to curse God as much as the next guy, but
Sure.
don't do it on his home turf.
You can't do that.
He hit the North Rock jetty off Miami Beach, Florida.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Yeah. How long ago was that? I remember that story.
It was 2016, and the boat was named Caught Looking with a K.
Oh, really? So he named it was his own thing.
boat,
That's-
yeah.
Fuck. That one hurts. Damn it. Well, that's life, Next up was J6, an FBI operation. Conservative Fox News host Tucker Carlson said Monday that he and his team have gained access to about 44,000 hours of security camera video taken during the J6 insurrection. And he says, so there are about 44,000 hours, and we have, you may have read, been granted access to that. We believe that access is unfettered. We believe we have secured the right to see what we want to see. Carlson said his producers have been looking at the video, trying to figure out what it means and how it contradicts or not the story we've been told for the last 2 years. He said that his team plans to spend the rest of the week going through it, and that he will bring you all of the findings during the following week, which is going to be nice. 44,000 hours, though, is a lot to go through.
It's a lot, yeah, but they've got a pretty big team. So Kevin McCarthy gave him all this stuff.
Correct.
And allegedly they have all the security video from the Capitol Police as well. So not just
body cam? Everything. Okay.
Like all the security cameras around, everything that got subpoenaed by the commission.
Okay.
He's got it now. So far we've seen 3 videos that are interesting, particularly damning actually of the state's narrative. One of them is of a D.C. Metro police officer walking around a staging area. Is a tall black dude, about 6'2". If you're looking for the video, that's how you'll be able to identify him. And he's just walking around talking about how this was a setup.
Right. In the video?
Oh, yeah.
Is that
that's one of them. So
Bob, is that what you've got circled there?
No.
Why does that photo keep staring at me?
We'll get
from
there.
the.
Oh, gotcha.
So the second one shows several D.C. Metro police from a body cam angle. So not from. It looked. You remember the video that we saw where it looked like the police were moving barricades, but then the argument was no, they were just pushing through them, and the police were grabbing them to get them out of the way.
Yeah.
No, that's not what happened. So the new video shows clearly that the police walked up to the barricades where people were just standing behind them. I mean, they were talking shit, but they were just standing behind them. They grabbed the barricades and moved them out of the way and told people to go through. Right? That's 2. Number 3 is the still version of this, which there's a video of this as well. But it's a man with an earpiece in. Not like AirPods or anything like that, but a fucking
Secret Service.
A cable with a fucking clear earpiece in his ear, pushing people both physically and verbally to the Capitol, saying, let's go to the Capitol, and fucking grabbing people and pushing them in that direction. So it's another Ray Epps. And he just got, just continued doing this. He's wearing an earpiece with comms equipment. And then you can see some lady, some like middle-aged woman stop him and like, no, we're not doing that. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay.
Yeah.
And they've got audio too?
Oh, yeah.
So pop up this picture, Bob.
So this is the guy pushing people.
It's a video.
Oh, it is. Play it. Yeah, play it if you can. That'd be great.
This is him pushing people into the Capitol.
The guy on the far left there?
See that earpiece in there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not it's not AirPods. So a lot of interesting stuff. Look, this is just the preliminary shit that looked immediately fishy that the producers from Tucker Carlson published.
Yeah, the guy, you could clearly see in this video, the guy grabbing these people and then, just by the back of their shirts and pulling them into the Capitol.
Yeah. So we have, look, there's probably going to be 10 or 15 more of these particular incidents. I would expect, just from the amount of entrances there are and the amount of activity that was there. And what we're going to find is that it'll be the smoke, and then we need to go look for the fire. There needs to be an investigation because the FBI 100% set this all up.
But at the direction of who, I guess, or whom?
The DNC, I would imagine. That's who fucking has been controlling them since 2015 or so. Actually, yeah, about 2015.
Okay.
So the Obama administration's FBI weaponized the Department of Justice against Trump. They weaponized the intelligence community against Trump, even continuing it while Trump was in office. So a lot of people will say things like, oh, that was while Trump was in. He's responsible for that. Like, how is he responsible for people inside the FBI colluding against him? I don't understand how you can say he's responsible for it just because he was in power. He could have fired everybody.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
But I don't know that he knew it was happening at the time.
Gotcha.
All they knew was the Russia collusion hoax, but none of the people who were actually signing on to this stuff from the intelligence community were still active. They were all former intelligence community people.
You know what's funny is when we had Eric Trump on the show, he had an interesting quote where I was asking about his father and if he got reelected and how it would be different and everything else. And he goes, there was just a lot of bad people that were hired around him that shouldn't have been there, and he didn't know until later, and there's nothing you could do about it. So I'm assuming probably, the FBI and some other people you thought you could trust, right? You hear FBI and you're like, yeah, I trust them, or CIA or whoever it is, but
not if you're black, right? You would know better already if you're black. Unfortunately for them, they experienced this quite a bit more and for quite a bit longer than we have.
Yeah.
But it's common. The FBI is a completely compromised organization.
So I guess the biggest question with all of this, because I heard this was going to come out eventually. Let's say Tucker and his team cut this footage up, right? And it shows more of what we're seeing here. Now, immediately, like last night, people are jumping in. Stephen Colbert was one of them who said, how dare Kevin McCarthy do that? They can edit the footage however they want. My first response to that was, what the fuck was the J6 hearing? Like, you guys had a producer. You had a full Hollywood team on that producing a primetime show, and you cut the footage to show exactly what you wanted. The people that you brought up with Ray Epps and the people in this video right here, we didn't see any of this shit.
Can't anyone get the footage?
I mean,
Is it FOIA yet?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's been delivered simply to Tucker. Here's what I hope happens, or here's what I hope doesn't happen. That he just makes another Fox Nation documentary on this. What I hope happens is he analyzes all the information, puts it all out on a free medium, and then puts all the files also on a free medium somewhere so we can all go look through them, because that would be appropriate. If they don't do that, then I'll lose a lot of faith in that man and in that organization. Not that I have much in Fox, but Tucker usually does the right thing. But
You know who else said that?
no.
Lauren Boebert actually said the exact same thing. And she said, look, I think you should upload the videos everywhere like WikiLeaks, her and Marjorie Taylor Greene, and just say everybody can look at it how they want. If you want to go through all 44,000 hours, that way, yes, to your points, you're not chopping up, the greatest hits.
Yeah, and I want to see who that guy is. Like the dude in that video that we just watched, I want to know who he is. And if he's a member of the FBI, I think that him and his boss and anybody else involved needs to go to prison for the rest of their lives. It's one thing to commit a crime, even if it's like a black flag operation like this, but it's another thing entirely to abuse the public trust. You have to pay a severe penalty for that, and being fined or fired is not enough. You need to go to prison for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean,
because what they tried to do is steal an election there.
Yeah,
that's what was happening, right?
Yeah. So I mean, with this. You divided an entire country. Everybody's still left side is hanging on this J6 thing. But like the more and more shit that we keep seeing and hearing about, it doesn't really seem real. And then even the shit we did see with the people walking through the ropes and shit like that, it was like, okay.
It doesn't really read like even a riot, really. It is kind of people standing around,
Yeah, well, I mean, one guy took a podium, but that's going to happen.
And I think people that were on the J6 committee, the politicians, they should also go to prison for withholding this information from the public, if it indeed turns out to be what we think it is.
So did they have access to this before?
That's where it came from.
It is.
The only reason McCarthy was able to get his hands on it because it was registered in the Congress.
Okay, so then I'll go back to just the Hollywood aspect of this. Looking at 44,000 hours of footage is extremely daunting. Is there a shot that their aides had chopped this up and said, "Hey, here's what we're gonna show in the primetime special," and that's all they watched? Or do you think Adam Kinzinger sat down and watched fucking all 44,000 hours? He should have if he's on the goddamn committee.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't either.
But it didn't take more than 2 days for these 3 videos to be pulled out of it, so they were obvious, right?
I agree.
It was very obvious.
Yeah. And then the Ray Epps thing, nobody ever brought that guy to trial or one fucking answer. Even if to say, hey, dude, I had nothing to do with this at all, at least get it out there because it's all out in the media.
The commission discussed him. It's like he's not a part of the FBI. Or like, cool.
Right, but that was it.
But why is he not being charged with a crime? Because he was telling people to go commit a crime. He was trying to organize people to go commit a crime. That is inciting a riot.
And why wasn't he interviewed?
And inciting a riot inciting a riot against a federal property is a felony. So he should be in prison right now for that, along with all the Proud Boys and all those.
Everybody else who went, who decided to do it. So.
And my understanding also is that I've heard from some people behind the scenes is that there might be some additional footage from the Ashley Babbitt thing as well.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, it would make sense. I mean, she was shot by Capitol Police. So there's obviously going to be body cam footage from his angle. And then body cam footage from the other police that were there. Yeah. So there's
then security.
He was wearing a suit. Did he have a body cam on? He wasn't uniformed.
That's a great question. How does that work?
I don't know about that. I don't know.
He was wearing a suit.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now that I'm thinking about it,
there would be security camera footage from inside the Capitol that we should be able
overhead
to
see. and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know if there would be body cam.
Yeah, I think you're right because aren't they kind of dressed up? I remember them being kind of dressed up like Secret Service. Yeah. Okay.
There's plainclothes Capitol Police as well. But yeah, there's if this is what we think it is, you have to. Forget about the actions that happen and think about why. Like, what was the intent? Why would whomever decided to do it, whether it's the DNC or somebody else, decide to try to demonize an entire side of the political spectrum, like 45 to 48% of the entire country, to make them look like terrorists? It's the same thing that happened in the public school boardrooms, where they're kicking fucking old or middle-aged women out who are just upset about their kids being taught weird shit and calling them terrorists,
right?
And things like that. This has all been a calculated effort since the Trump administration began to say that anybody that has divergent political viewpoints, anybody that is conservative, anybody that doesn't support war in Ukraine, anybody that doesn't support vaccine mandates, anybody that doesn't support the left and the leftist bullshit is a terrorist. They're trying to make that synonymous. They're trying to make you a terrorist, right? And there's only one reason to do that. It's so they can fight you and take your shit. That's it.
Yeah, because the other part of this is, I'm looking. I usually have a bunch of like websites and things up. Like, nobody's talking about it. The media is not going to talk about it. So my biggest concern with this is, let's say Tucker's team does, clip this up, drop it next week, and then drops the 44,000 hours of footage online. I don't even think the media will report it.
No, I think what will have to happen is sheriffs or state police or somebody like that will have to go arrest members of the FBI. That would be the only way to handle that.
Can you is the question.
Yeah. Yep. If you have evidence of a crime, you 100% can arrest them.
Okay.
They're not fucking immune from the law.
Why has nobody arrested Ray Epstein?
Fuck if I know. I'm sure people have tried. They're probably tied to a tree with a shotgun wound to the chest somewhere. But it's a suicide, so everyth's good.
He's out in Arizona, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Or New Mexico.
Was there an election there recently? Was there an election out in Arizona recently that was pretty close? Shit, man.
The marshals can arrest for federal crimes, but these are not necessarily only federal crimes, right?
Yeah.
But any law enforcement officer can arrest anybody for any sort of crime. Like you have for felonies and things like that, federal crimes, it's a federal crime to assassinate a politician or something like that. You think if a cop saw it happen, they couldn't arrest the guy that does? I'm sorry, I'm not a federal agent, so I can't do that. No.
Yeah.
They have arrest powers.
Yeah. Strange, but yeah, my prediction is this will drop next week, and the media will not say one single fucking word about it.
Yeah, and you got to wonder.
Reminds me of the Twitter files.
You got to wonder too, like when is there needs to be some strategy between rational people on how we're going to hold the media accountable for things, right? Like having an opinion and I guess crafting a narrative that supports your worldview based on the evidence in front of you is fine. You can do that, but you can't lie.
Well, having an opinion is having a podcast, but working for a news organization or outlet, including print media, you should be obligated to tell the truth.
Well, I mean, when
and
you
report the news,
when you're lying on behalf of the federal government, when the federal government is during the commission of a crime, you're accessory to the crime. Like you don't get to. It's one thing to protect the source. Yeah, that's fine. Whistleblowers and all that stuff, that's fine. But if you're making shit up to protect federal agents who are committing crimes, you're an accessory after the fact to that crime, and you should be arrested. Rachel Maddow should be in prison for her bullshit, right?
But I think that would come back. I guarantee you, if you put Rachel Maddow on trial, she would say, "No, this is entertainment, news entertainment."
She can say that all she wants. How did that work for Alex Jones?
Oh yeah, same thing. Same thing.
He got a $3 billion fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or whatever, court settlement. So that's fine. Let's do that.
Yeah.
If that's what we got to do to get these fuck faces out of the public sphere, that's fine. But, it speaks to the fact that this is all crumbling around us right now, and there's nothing that can be done to stop it.
I don't think anybody wants to do anything about it, to be honest with you. Like, if you look at the news organizations, one would think, because it would be, I just look at it from all these media companies that are collapsing. Their stocks are collapsing. They're laying off people. And it's across the board, print, streaming, all of it, right? Reporting on all these stories would boost all your ratings for all this shit, all your clicks, everything else, if you showed some of these videos. Like, so you would be monetarily saving yourself and your company by reporting both sides and then changing the narrative yourself and saying, well, shit, maybe we were wrong about this, and then showing some of the footage. I mean, some of these videos that are on Twitter right now have millions and millions of views that could be going to your news organizations and your outlets if you wanted to. But instead, it seems like you care too much about your party and what the optics would be like, and you'd rather go down with the fucking ship and lose your job.
I don't think that's what it is.
You don't think so?
No, because these companies have boards, and the boards care about money, right?
I think so, but
They do.
They're all going under. So at some point, there had to have been a discussion between the board and then whoever let's say the editor or whoever at a newspaper, the editor in chief. There had to be a discussion of, hey, we are losing money here. What are the stories that are just the most interesting, clicky, whatever it is? And then you pitch something like this, somebody's going to say yes or no.
Sure. And that's very obvious, but it's not happening. So the question is why?
I don't know.
You do know. You do know. You just haven't worked it out yet, but you do know. Because the only time people work against their own best interests is when they're fooled by something or when they're not actually working against their own best interests. You just think they are. Those are the only two times.
But very few people in this life I can look at and say you would give up your job and your livelihood to support some fucking party or whatever it was.
Right. So that's not happening. This isn't fundamentalism. This isn't true believers who are just like, I believe in the Democratic Party so much that we're going to fucking bankrupt CNN. That's not that in no fucking way is that possible. Not maybe with one or two people, but not with an entire board, not with an entire C-suite. You know what I mean? That's just that's not what it is. So what is it then, right? The only other time the only other example of this happening is when people are working in their own best interest and you just don't know about it, right? Or at least from their perspective, they're working from their own best interest. And you have to think about it this way: with the move towards globalism and global governments, people are very anti that. Even leftists in America don't really want that shit if you read the polling. So it's not feasible for the UN or the World Economic Forum or whomever the fuck else to come in and just take over responsibility for America. That's not how that works. The only time you can do it is when the thing that existed before you crumbles, and then you show up as the hero, as not the conqueror, but the hero, the savior. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to rot us from the inside out so they can show up with a better solution. That's it.
So like a CNN, for example, we know they're trying to move more towards the middle, allegedly. We'll see what ends up happening with that. What would be the best interest for them for all of this shit happening?
The best interest for them would be to be in the inner circle, to be a Bill Gates, or to be friendly with people like him, who are like giant globalists, people who think they look at the way things are going right now and they're like, all right, cool. Well, it looks like the most important thing you can have now isn't resources or land or any of that stuff. It's power. You know what I mean? We're in that age now where people are so captured in their daily lives with the convenience and stuff that you can flex enormous amounts of power on them before they'll fight back, right? You can take shit right out of their fucking bank account and they'll just sit there and take it.
Yeah.
Nothing, right? So that's where we are now. It's power that is the ultimate resource now. And power comes through relationships.
It's
You know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how it works. So the ability to pick up a phone and influence things, or the ability to leverage external resources against your internal problems and things like that. That's how governors and wardens and kings and queens for fucking 10,000 years have controlled, from a very small amount of people, controlled millions of people at one time with just a little bit of power and a couple of people. That's how it works.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to see it unfold here, and I'm real curious as to see how Tucker handles this next week, because I agree with you. Ratings-wise, obviously, Fox is going to chop up what they're going to chop up and share it around the network. But I do feel like Tucker has an obligation to drop the 44,000 hours online. Last question regarding this: could Kevin McCarthy himself drop this online?
Sure, yeah. If he can give it to one individual, he can give it to all individuals.
Right.
Why not?
So maybe that's the other plan of this, of like, hey, we'll give Tucker the first shot at this, get it out to the people, and then here, congratulations, all media. You guys are welcome to go through the footage, and here it is, download it.
I mean, Tucker is not going to... Hannity doesn't have the digital team to be able to handle that kind of stuff, and neither does Waters. Well, he's more of like a comedian, right?
Yeah.
So, but Tucker's got a huge research team.
Yeah.
So that's why I gave it to him.
Tucker's got the biggest ratings.
And the most money,
Yes.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, O'Keefe could have done it, probably, although he's got a history of selectively editing things.
Right. And I was just going to say that. I was like, dude, if this went to Veritas...
Well, he's not there anymore.
I understand that. But previously, would he just get fired 3 days ago, whatever it was?
Well, he resigned, I believe.
Sure. We all do in the end. But with that, I think you would have lost credibility going to O'Keefe rather than Tucker. So I'm glad it didn't go to Veritas, for sure. Because I'm with you. Like, I think what they're doing is important over at Project Veritas, or it was. But the selective editing and the presentation of it was always a little hokey to me over there, where it felt like I was watching, an anonymous video on where it was like this, if you don't tell us what really happened in Nigeria, we're going to tell about the 4 people you killed. And I was like, all right, can we just get to the fucking shit where you got the gay guy out at dinner and they're about to suck each other's dicks and then he spills all the information about Pfizer?
Yeah, he's a monologuist. He just, it's just like Trump. It's about him.
Yeah, it's a performance. Yeah. But whereas Tucker, at least you're confined to, 42 minutes a night. Was he an hour long show? Yeah. Interesting. First up in the sponsor world, ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Look, kids, the 50% off sale for President's Day for the bundle package still exists on there. I don't know what their IT department's doing. They're not as good as Tucker's, I can tell you that, because the deal still exists. Take advantage of it. Exploit them. 50% off the adjustable base and the mattress combined together. It's incredible. And yeah, the Split King is in there as well. Our homie Brent Tidwell got that Split King, and he sent me an email, and he goes, hey, dude, tell everybody at Ghost Bed, that's the greatest goddamn bed of all time. And I was like, I will. I'll just say it on air. They listen to the show. Shout out to you, Brent. Glad you enjoyed yourself in the new Split King. I've got the other one. I told my wife, it's that line down the middle, dude. We either we stay up together or we go to sleep together, one or the other. But you guys make your own decisions at home. Comes with a super sleek remote control and all the fun stuff, flashlights, USB ports, everything. And then you pop in the promo code Drinkin Bros. You're going to get 30% off everything in the entire store over there. That is the mattresses. That's the ghost pillows. That's the sheets. That's the adjustable base if you just want the adjustable base and not the mattress. Fill up the cart as high as it'll go. And I think they're still giving 2 free pillows with a mattress right now and the 30% off. And I love the goddamn pillows. They're amazing. And when you check out, you're going to see a 68-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest as long as you have decent credit. Now, if you're asking, hey, dude, is that 50% off bundle package available with these deals? Yes, it is. So that'll bring it down to like $20 a month. So you would get an adjustable base and a mattress combined together, and that's probably the best deal overall. So I would take advantage of that. I don't know how long it's going to last. I haven't gotten an email. And go there now. Fuck it. Go Bulls on Parade. Get fucking 6 of them, dude, for your meemaws and peepaws, okay? Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Next up, why is the FBI spying on unjabbed teachers? The fingerprints of the unvaccinated New York City teachers were reportedly sent to the FBI with problem code flags, prompting outrage from former educators who lost their jobs over the mandate. Earlier this month, John Birch, who is representing teachers, are suing the city over the mandate. Said teachers who refuse the shot have a flag in their file, which will impact their ability to get another job. That's wild to me. Why? Why do we care here? And why does New York care?
What do you? It's to if that is your resume or your baseball card, now there's a little fucking logo on the back that says non-compliant.
No, I understand that.
That's what is being done in American society right now. We're being sorted through, about every facet of life, about who's going to be compliant and who's not, and the people who are not compliant are being fucking called terrorists. They're being pushed out of daily life on purpose.
It kind of, that's what it feels like.
That's not what do you mean? That's what it is.
No, I mean everywhere, not just here.
There's 1,000 examples of this.
Yeah.
Not just the mandates, but anything else. People who protested up in Canada had their fucking bank accounts seized.
Oh yeah.
You don't think that's going to show up on a credit report?
Yeah.
At some point, or a fucking background check when they're trying to get a security clearance or get a fucking high-profile job in finance or something? Yeah, you're fucked for the rest of your life, and that's what this is.
It says when the city puts these problem codes on employees who have been terminated because of their unconstitutional policies, not only do they have this flag in their files, this is according to the lawyer, but their fingerprints are sent in with that flag to the FBI and the New York Criminal Justice Services Department. So it impacts their ongoing ability to get employment at other places.
Right. So when you go to any new place of employment and they do a background check on you, an FBI file comes back on you saying you were non-compliant, that you were fired for your non-compliance. That's what it'll say.
No shit.
Yep. So somebody that's not committed a crime, as a matter of fact, all they did was say no to something that's now been deemed unconstitutional by the New York state and by our country, by the federal government. These people are now being penalized for simply saying no. That's what this is about. It's about using the levers of government, about using the mechanisms and infrastructure of government to label anybody that disagrees with me as the enemy, not of me, but of the state, right? And there's only one reason to do that, so you can fucking fight that person, so you can kill them and take their shit.
Rochelle Garcia, a former New York City teacher who lost her job after she refused to get the vaccination, said, "This is both outrageous and infuriating because my first question to the government or whomever is basically, what did I do? What kind of criminal activity did I participate in besides denying something that I felt wasn't right for me, or was right for me? Religiously, mentally, I just didn't want anything experimental going into my body. So what criminal activity does that persist?" Garcia, who had taught for 15 years in Brooklyn, was fired after a religious exemption request was denied. Be curious to know what that was, because
What?
the religious exemption, they were...
It was the same thing that the military did. They denied all exemptions.
including religion?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Especially the Air Force. I believe the Air Force was the worst, and their people are in the process of suing.
Yeah, that's
Air
what I
Force
heard.
right
Yeah.
now.
Investigative journalist Betsy Combier, that's a fun little flirty last name,
Combier.
is it Combier? Even better.
Looks like it.
Put an umlaut in there.
Well, that's
very
French.
fancy.
Lots are German.
Whatever. Fucking same language, bro. All right. I went to school. I can read and write, damn it. I know my rights. I know how to spell. I'm from this country. Sorry. So there was a little black man rage inside of me that had to be let out into the open.
We've all got a little bit of black man rage in us.
We should all have a lot more.
Speaking of that, did you see that? What's her name? Angela Davis or something?
Yeah.
Found out that one of her ancestors was on the Mayflower, one of the original colonizers of America, and she's sitting there just like horrified.
Yeah.
It's honestly, that's one of the pull up that video.
Yeah, I will. Although, like, they're good point with like like I saw point out a lot with this, and it happens a lot. I'll explain this in a second. It's like, oh yeah, look, you're one of the founders too. It's like, well, or somebody raped somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody got raped.
Yep.
But the guy who raped her ancestor is also her fucking ancestor, Bob. So the point is,
She didn't benefit from it though.
how do you figure that? She's alive.
Yeah.
Aside from that, like she was her ancestors that came down from the rape baby. They weren't really participating in or benefiting from whoever raped that baby.
She's had a pretty good life.
She has.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So the argument is that people now that are having pretty good lives and people who whose ancestors were dicks, like you blame the person whose ancestors were dicks for past shit. That doesn't make any sense. She is just to blame for her ancestors' behavior as anybody else is, which is to say, not at all.
Yeah. 'Cause we
So
can't control that
you can
shit.
take that
that.
reparation shit and shove it right up your fucking ass.
Yeah, we
is
can't
what I'm saying.
control any of it. You know what I'm saying? And like, if you go back far, like Bob, your parents owned slaves. We already know that. We've discussed this on the show. Okay?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
but
was
that's
like
my
2 weeks
parents.
ago.
And that was like
Yeah.
an hour ago. They just let them go.
2
So
weeks.
like, yeah, I mean, it was a while ago.
I think it was actually when that lion got loose in the
It's-
fucking neighborhood.
Yeah,
Right.
It's not really my parents' fault that those people were terrible negotiators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They signed the contract.
And Giorgio, I mean, what do you think? He doesn't have somebody locked up in a cage in his fucking basement?
Yeah,
Probably?
but that's a fetish play. That's not.
You think so? That's the long term?
They can split.
Now it's your mic that's out. Yeah.
No, Bob swapped me. Bob's. It's this long con he's got going on to save face, and
Okay.
It's just one cable we could just switch out.
I-
I'd
switched this
like to
cable
get you
so many
guys
times.
headsets like Garth Brooks or Janet Jackson and kind of wrap it around you. That way
we could do that if you want.
You're kind of like little Rhythm Nation dancers there.
You know, I'd be always on the move.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, play this video. It's
Yeah, let's
just
see this
really
clip
funny.
here.
Any idea what you're looking at? That is a list of the passengers on the Mayflower.
No, I can't believe this. No, my ancestors did not come here on the Mayflower.
Your ancestors came
No.
on the Mayflower.
No.
You
no.
are descended
No.
from one of the 101 people who sailed on the Mayflower.
That's a little bit too much to deal with right now.
Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think that you may have descended from people who laid
Never.
the
Look at the
foundation
horror
Never.
on
for
her
this
face.
country?
Never.
Right now, she's realizing that everything she's ever said in her life is fucking stupid.
So this Finding Your Roots show, this is the one I keep talking about on here. That's that I get into late at night. For whatever reason, it just kind of keeps popping up, and then I flick it on for the same thing. Where I'm like, most of the people are horrified about their ancestors, including.
I don't know why you would be. Most people back in the day were fucking assholes.
Yes. And it's like there's nothing we could have done about it, and there's nothing we're going to do about it now.
Yeah, like-
so what are we supposed to be responsible for 300 years of, whatever our bullshit ancestors
who the
do?
fuck knows,
There's
man?
people in my family that I don't like now, dude. And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. Imagine 300 years ago, all those cocksuckers.
So it's like, that's from the oppressor side of my family. But I'm on the victim side of my family, so I'm all set. Like, okay, cool. You do those mental gymnastics. Maybe you'll lose some weight, you fat bitch.
Oh, boy, that's funny, dude. That's great. I haven't seen this one. Who was the other guest on that? Was it Lou Gossett Jr.?
Yeah, and he found out he was part Dodge Dart, which is a car from the 70s.
No shit.
Interestingly enough, yeah.
Wow, he's fast.
It's hard to say if there was rape
Smooth.
involved in that.
You never know.
Was it the car that got raped or the car that did the raping?
No, I think you rape inside that car.
Yeah.
They also brought back the Dodge Start.
Did they
Yeah,
really?
for like a couple years, yeah.
Damn it, I missed
It's
out on
not
that.
a great car though.
Yeah, I missed out on that.
I think
not-
they made it electric, did they not?
No.
Who knows?
No,
this
never had
was
one of those
A little
vehicles.
before that. It was around like 2015, 2016. It was terrible.
I'll never, by the way, I've given up on that. I've given up on the electric car here.
Well, you should, because now it's just like they can reach in to that little electric car and fucking flip a switch and turn that bastard off. You know what I mean? That's not great.
It's not.
I'm not trying to go iRobot, man, and get into a gunfight going down the highway where I can't control my own vehicle.
It's not that. It's just living in Texas. I'm worried that it's going to get below 40 and we're going to lose our power for 16 days.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I won't be able to charge my car.
I think we need nuclear power cars. Everybody gets their own fucking plutonium.
Somebody pitched that the other
You get
day.
you get a certain amount of plutonium for your entire life, and that's all you get. You can choose to blow something up with it, but you got to build a fire. It's tough.
It is. It's a hard decision.
Some fucking jabroni from Delco isn't just building the fire set around a fucking nuclear weapon. That ain't happening.
Could it be that Justin Timberlake movie In Time where you have to earn more like time?
I thought
Yeah.
I actually thought that was a
earn
good
more
movie.
fuel.
Did you like that movie?
I did like the movie.
The only part
I'm not
that was
a big
weird,
fan of Justin Timberlake as an actor.
The part that was weird about it to me was the
mom.
I understand it, but the running around, like where he would just be running in place, and it was like that was very NPC, like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
and it was like the uncanny valley almost. It was too weird of a behavior for me to conceptualize inside of that narrative.
Yeah, I've only liked Justin Timberlake in one movie, and that was The Social Network. I thought he was decent in that. The rest of it, even as like a voice actor in Trolls, I didn't even like his. I thought he was a bad actor in that. I was
So
like,
back to this FBI shit. It's almost like we don't go looking for this stuff. It's like every week there's one or two stories involving the FBI trying to label someone who doesn't comply with the state as a terrorist or spying on people or calling them a domestic violent extremist. Or what's the Catholic one? Traditional Catholic extremist or some shit?
oh yeah,
Or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, what is this? And then, all this surveillance and war that conservatives used to be against. Now they're the architects of all this stuff. And the DC folks, both sides, think that this is necessary to have. If you talk to them about it, they're like, well, sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do to have the kind of society you want. My position is it's not worth it morally or ethically. I would rather struggle. I would rather hunt my own food, build my own house, than do whatever I have to and sell my soul for a little convenience and comfort. Like, what kind of people are we? What does it even mean to be an American? We're just people who prey on others so we can have Hot Pockets and fucking iPads? That's who we are? That's what you're fucking saluting, and when you say the Pledge of Allegiance, that's what you want to do? Like, you're okay with that. If we can't have great things without fucking other people and each other over, then we don't deserve it.
Well, I also think the other side of this too is with technology and the way it's advanced. With as far as your point about convenience is, we've become so accustomed to it. We've become so and used to all of this technology at our fingertips that we're able to get shit or order shit or now that it's like, now that you've had it all right away, you don't want to go back.
But that's not true. People do want to go back. Look at what our hobbies have developed into. Now for a hobby, we go camping. We make fucking sourdough bread. We cure meat. That's what we do for a hobby now because that's what we like doing as human beings.
Right.
We've been tricked into thinking all this fucking shit matters.
Well, so going back to convenience of it, Giorgio, when we were in Arizona, went to a very nice pizza place. Took some slices home.
It was okay.
And
Did we ever talk about that on the show? I don't
Pizza
think we
Bianca
did.
was great. From
We talked
Netflix.
about it, yeah. It
Yeah,
was
we
great.
talked about it.
We went to Bianco. It was a 7 out of 10.
It was good.
But it was good. I mean,
I'll give
7
it-
out of 10 for a style of pizza that I'm not necessarily into, that's pretty good.
8.5 for me.
If,
but
if they had made it like in a real traditional way, or if it had been like Brooklyn style or something with the same ingredients, I would have fucking loved that shit.
Now, the beauty of it is Delco guilted Giorgio into starting the oven, heating it up to have the pizza and getting it out of the microwave. And Giorgio was like, I just want to eat because I'm hungry right now, and it was convenience. And
No, you're reversing that.
oh, was that it?
Yeah.
Who got it?
It wasn't me. I wasn't involved in this process.
You should
right.
never heat
I-
pizza up in a fucking microwave.
microwave.
Don't be a peasant.
Definitely not.
Also, it was
put it-
Jesse. Like,
Might have been Jesse
It was
shaming
Jesse
him. Yeah.
shaming you, I
Shaming
thought.
it. No.
You put it in the oven.
She can't shame me. I told her, I was like, look, I got a show in like 30 minutes.
Put
I
it,
can't do that.
Put it in the oven for a few minutes with a moist, I like that word, paper towel over it.
Yeah.
So it keeps stuff it rehydrates a little bit, and you take that off and let it fucking crisp up again. It
put
takes
it in
like
the
5
air fryer.
minutes.
I,
Or an air fryer actually works really good too.
It does. We didn't have an
skip
air
those
fryer
steps.
at the old Airbnb, so it was a shame. We also didn't have any Bub's Naturals from bubsnaturals.com at the old Airbnb. They should start stocking it up. If you're going to put Keurigs in there and K-cups and whatnot, throw a little Bub's in there. It's the best collagen protein on the planet. you just put a couple scoops in your coffee and you're good to go, or your water. They've also got the MCT oil powder over there, some of the best in the biz. And again, just a couple scoops in the coffee, and it'll become your favorite functional coffee creamer. These are products that you use every day anyways. You might as well buy them from a company that supports veterans. Bubs Naturals is a tribute to former Navy SEAL Glenn Bub Doherty, who laid down his life, obviously saving Americans in Benghazi. Glenn's call sign in the Navy was Bub, and they named the company after him. So Bubs donates 10% of all profits to charity in Glenn's honor, starting with the Glenn Doherty Memorial Foundation. On Veterans Day, 100% of the proceeds go to the Glenn Doherty Foundation. And again, these are all products we use every single day anyways, with the best collagen and the MCT. And I also want to recommend the apple vinegar gummies. I pop a couple of those in my mouth every morning to start the day, and then boom, I'm ready to rock.
If you're a coffee drinker, they've got a new product. It's Halo Creamer. And it is it's a new MCT-based creamer with collagen in it, and very good if you're into that. I don't put anything in my coffee.
I do.
But you do.
I do, yeah.
Giorgio does.
I like my
It's
coffee.
good. Have you tried the Halo Creamer I gave you yet?
I drink my coffee black.
I like mine like an NBA player. His wife. I like it white. I mean, just make that white as possible and really
Clearly.
get that in there.
Also, if that's the case, just give me the fucking creamer.
Yeah. Give me the creamer, bro.
What do you mean
I
give
don't
you the
have
creamer?
any-
Oh,
yeah.
No, yeah.
Where
Were you
is it?
hiding the creamer, Giorgio?
It's here somewhere.
Give us
chilling here.
But
Give
he
us
gave
the
it to
Bubs.
Giorgio. It's like, yeah, why?
No,
waste
I
it
just
on
gave
him?
it to the office.
We gave it to the office, and then Giorgio hid it somewhere.
He's a squirrel.
Are you going to resell that on eBay? What are you doing with the fucking creamer?
Look, things come into the studio, they leave the studio. What happens, I don't know.
You're the Ray Epps of this studio, dude. I don't know what you've been doing or not been doing here, and you should be put on trial, my friend.
Who's the Omar Epps at the studio?
That's got to be Delco, I think, because he probably had a little game back in the day. A little bit of hops back in the day.
Was
More the
he
Angela Davis of the
loving baskbasketball?
Yeah.
Jessie would
no.
be the Angela Davis because she's pretending to be something
Yes,
she's not.
exactly. She was shocked by her ancestry too.
Yeah.
The same shock look that she had on her face is the same shock look that Jessie had.
You know
on
what
her
the
face
funniest
when she found
part
out
is?
She wasn't Mexican.
That's not even the weirdest or funniest ancestry-based story in the news today.
Not even close. But you got to go to bubsnaturals.com. Use promo code Drinkin' Bros for 20% off. That way, try out this creamer. Let us know what you think. Giorgio's hoarding it. Give it up. Hey, Ray. Give us the fucking coffee creamer, bro. I don't even see it in here. I want
Look,
it.
I'll go find it right now.
All right. Put it up on the desk. Bring it up here so it comes home with me. I can bring baby home. Bubsnaturals.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros will get you 20% off on all of that.
I'm pretty sure that they sent you one to your house as well.
Did they really?
They should have. Yeah, Sean sent me one to my house and one to yours, I think, and it's got MCT, Halo Creamer.
When
and a
he
bunch
was
of
here,
weird
he was a great fucking guest when he was on the show. When he was here, he mentioned they were getting ready to do it, but I didn't know when. Oh, shit, you got it. Where were we hiding this? You know exactly where it was at.
It was in his ass.
Son of a...
So-
This Bubs was in my ass for 5 years. The Halo Creamer here. Brain fuel. Let's fucking go, dude. Hells yeah. Only 3 carbs in this bitch.
It'll make your knees and shit feel better.
Yeah, I need it. I'm going for PRs these days, dude. I'm going after Delco's leg. I saw his picture on Instagram with his fucking leg bullshit. How many plates was that on there? What'd you get up to, Delco?
For what?
It appeared to be legs. I mean, it looked like it was 10 plates total.
Oh no, are you talking about the hip thrust?
Yeah. What was that?
That was like 7 plates on each side, so like 14 plates.
How many pounds is that?
45 on each side. I don't know. Do the math.
Weak.
45 each plate.
No, I know. I know the math too because I'm great at math and I know it. So
It's
you're looking at
675.
675 pounds. Yes, 675. Exactly like I said. That's weak.
If the bar is also 45, otherwise it's 630.
Yeah. Weak. If you're gonna post, dude, make it impressive. Next up, leave books alone. Can we just do that? Leave books alone. Puffin Books, which published. You want to take a shot at that?
Roald Dahl.
There you go.
You never heard of the guy's name before?
Sure haven't.
He's like one of the most famous authors of all time.
He's
Like,
okay.
literally.
He's okay.
What the fuck are you talking about?
James and the Giant Peach, Matilda, all that shit.
Never
Fucking
read
Charlie
any
and
of
the
those.
Chocolate Factory,
Yeah.
for fuck's sake.
I didn't read it. Watch the movie instead.
The fantastic Mr. Fox, the big friendly giants.
I'll go down better than him. Fuck this guy. Don't need him. Is he alive?
No, he killed himself.
Did he really?
Yeah, after hearing you fucking not be able to say his name.
I did not try it.
Well,
I handed it off to you. Roald, Mr. Dahl's classic works, hired sensitivity readers, come on, man, to update portions of the author's wording in the UK editions to ensure the books can, quotes, continue to be enjoyed by all today. The edits include new gender-neutral language and altered descriptions of certain physical appearances and were reportedly approved by Dahl's estates. No wonder I don't hear about him. Fuck him.
Well, that's his estate. Obviously, he would not have done that because he wrote the words in the fucking first place.
Are you kidding me? I'd be so pissed off. From the grave.
How big of a fucking loser piece of shit do you have to be to have a job as a sensitivity reader?
I don't know, man. I mean,
like,
what
are you just on the
that?
edge all the time? They're like, hey,
be.
he's really sensitive to how words affect people, so we're going to have him read this book and see what happens.
Yeesh,
and
dude.
he's just crying and shitting his pants in a fucking bathroom somewhere.
Yeah,
See, I think it's the opposite. I think it's just like a cold, like, offensive. That one's bad. Yep.
Oh, you think so? Just very monotone.
Like
cold,
they just know the score. And
surgeon.
They're just like, yep.
Surgeon.
So in one example, the word fat has been replaced with enormous in reference to Augustus Gloop, the chubby character featured in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Now, his name is Gloop.
Yep.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And it's gluttony that's being discussed.
Sure.
That it's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, if you didn't notice, was about deadly sins and how they affect people in a very real way. It's allegory, goddammit. That's how people wrote back in the day, especially British authors.
And remember who is it, the mom or the grandmother who's screaming at him? Oh, Augustus, you get away from that chocolate river. And he turns around, pop the picture up there, and he goes, but Mummy, it tastes like real chocolates.
And then he gets stuck in the tube.
Yeah, and he dies.
He's fat as shit.
Rightly so.
Yes.
Why would we go with this?
Charlie.
Yeah, go to the old one.
Because that's Bob, dude.
He's a big Johnny Depp guy.
Yeah, no, there just weren't any good fatty pics on the other one, honestly.
On the real kid?
This
real
one,
kid's right there.
There he is. Look at Augustus, dude, down by the chocolate river.
Yeah, but here's what you got to fucking understand, Bob. Back then, this was a morbidly obese person.
Right.
Now, that's just a fucking average Wisconsin.
I know.
That's a
Wisconsinite.
What?
Wisconsinite? Is that easy?
Well, that's why they produce the best line.
This is actually a track and field champion in Wisconsin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You just cut to the students section.
He's
of
on the
Wisconsin
wrestling team,
right there.
Won a couple marathons.
Yeah.
Cross country win.
Everybody's out of breath during jump around at the end of the third quarter.
Shot put.
Yeah. Rolf.
Anyway, so European publishers. This was the original publisher, Puffin, that did this.
Mm-hmm.
But all the other European publishers said that they're not going to make any of these changes, arguing that the stories will lose all their power. And the major publisher in Holland, Joris Vandeleur, I believe it's pronounced, also was talking shit about it to the Telegraph. They're not going to do it either. De Fonten is the publisher. They're not doing it.
Now this is not the first edit made to these books. The original version, the Oompa Loompas were African pygmies that had been smuggled out of Africa by Willy Wonka, and then they re-edited that to match the orange Oompa Loompas from the movie.
Unnecessarily so.
Yeah. But this was in the 70s.
There are no other pygmies. Like in his mind, it was fucking midgets or something. So what was he supposed to do? Go round up fucking midgets? No, you get them.
I love a good midget.
You got to go to where the pygmies are, man.
Yeah.
They just happen to be in Africa.
I love a good midget roundup, though. Fucking A.
A group of midgets can solve anything.
Sure can.
And you know what this
AIDS, hunger.
A child reads this book and then they go to their parent or the teacher and say, "Hey, why would it be an African pygmy?" And they're like, "Oh, because back in the day, a lot of the Atlantic slave trade brought a lot of African people here as slaves." And then the kid understands how the fucking world works and how much progress we've made as human beings and how that's wrong. And they learn that from a child's book instead of, never talking about it for their entire life, never knowing black people. So fucking stupid and sterile.
I predicted this years ago. I think as we keep going with all this bullshit, I think not only are they going to change most literature, but I think people will actually enact this of like, hey, if you don't change this literature, we'll just pull your books.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. This is Brave New World.
Yeah.
Unspeak.
Yep.
Right?
This is exactly what all this feels like.
When you start fucking with language, what you're really doing is fucking with the way people think. So that the inside of your mind is supposed to be the last bastion of absolute liberty. And then when people start fucking around with language and how you think, that's an attack on that. It's fucked up. England is a stupid country, and I think we should invade and colonize it.
Right now?
Yes.
Man, I've got something to do today. I got something at
Not
4.
us specifically.
I got something at 4
I mean, it's
today.
not that big. It won't take long.
No, and they...
England?
Yeah,
they,
I mean, it's pretty small.
They couldn't even stop fucking Ireland from doing shit. You know what I mean?
They're the people who almost died surrounded by food.
Well, that's Ireland.
Yeah.
So that's the other part of the UK. I don't know how Ireland gets down on this. You would think people that are drunk all the time wouldn't be sensitive.
And that's also because of the UK, Giorgio.
Yeah, and also they couldn't even stop any iPhone user from getting the U2 album downloaded on their phone over there. So yeah, I mean, that's the power behind it.
I think they still have snakes.
Over in Ireland, not sure.
That's blasphemous.
Yeah, I think they were driven out, and there's no more potatoes, right?
The snakes were Protestants.
No, just snakes.
Just snakes in general.
Are you trying to cover up a genocide? What are you, the Young Turks now?
No, I'm Catholic, but
Oh, a bunch of young Turks over there.
Yeah.
Well, you are technically Turkish,
Yeah, so
right?
you're covering up the genocide of Protestants by Catholics in Ireland.
listen, they were on our land.
Get off my land.
Delco, we're going to be
snakes.
getting on you on the Roots show here, and you're going to be shocked at the results. I can promise you that.
It's going to be all Protestants.
Yes.
Oh no, I already did the 23andMe.
Did you really?
Yeah,
My
he's
mom did.
Argentine and Jew
No,
or some shit?
Portuguese,
Jew?
Jewish.
That's weird.
Oh, was it actual Portugal or was it
Portugal, yeah.
Brazil?
Did you have anything cool in the history, like any famous people?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Yeah, I figured. You know, I
thought
want to hear it out
was
of your mouth. but-
Related to Liberace.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have said Liberace's gay lover because he was a bottom. If you watch the Behind the Candelabra on HBO when he's just boning Matt Damon the entire time, it's Michael Douglas who's Liberace, and he's just butt fucking Matt Damon over and over and over. And Matt Damon's face is right in front of the screen, and then right as he comes, he gives him a fucking popper right to Matt Damon's nose, and then he just blasts. I picture you as the Matt Damon in that.
That sounds
sitch.
awesome.
Yeah. That's a fun look. Gays are way funner than us, dude. We're all pretty average, dude. The shit that those guys are doing, fucking A, dude. Speaking of fun, if you're out there and you're dipping, there's nothing funner than Black Buffalo right now. Is that the best or the worst segue I've ever made in my life? You be the judge. Write in the comments below that I'll never read. If you're 21 or over and you dip or chew tobacco, pouches are long cut. You got to try the tobacco alternative Black Buffalo. 3-time Best New Products Award winner by third-party publications. Black Buffalo is everything you love about dipping, including the pharmaceutical-grade nicotine, just without the actual tobacco leaf or stem. It's dip, literally made from green edible leaves and food-grade ingredients with the same flavors and texture as traditional tobacco products. No compromise. Black Buffalo sells products on their website at blackbuffalo.com and is available in both long cut and pouches. They produce a variety of flavors like wintergreen, mint, straight, peach, and even blood orange. Born in the Midwest, raised in the South, Black Buffalo proudly manufactures their products here in the good old US of A for U.S. consumers. They're proud supporters of the U.S. military, veterans, and first responders. You're going to use the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout for 20% off your first order at blackbuffalo.com. By the way, we leave all the links in the descriptions on the audio feed there. So if you're on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you're listening to podcasts, and you're like, "Hey, dude, I heard the sponsor. I don't remember the links." It's in the description down below. So go ahead and click that on. Every time we have it here in the office, it's gone. Everybody fucking steals it.
Yeah,
so.
because every product they make is, well, it's good, obviously, but they make something for everybody that is in that field, right? So if you want nicotine but you don't want tobacco, they got you. If you just want the ritual flavors, which is it's the same taste and texture, but no nicotine.
Right.
So if you're trying to get off it entirely, you still have options there.
Yeah.
And you can still, like, a lot of it is just the oral fixation stuff. People want something in their mouth. It's like chewing gum or some shit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. And people have been doing it for years. Now there's, a way to do it that's, in my opinion, more responsible. And it's also a good company that like supports vets.
Yeah,
and
it's
shit
the
like
best
that.
in the biz, dude. I think most major podcasts, a lot of them carry Black Buffalo.
Everybody I know is doing it now.
Same, dude. So I get it. And
Us
it's gone.
and fucking Rob, Sean, Ryan,
Yeah.
pretty much everybody I know with a big podcast on our side of things is advertising this stuff now.
There's a reason. It's always gone, man. Everybody's using it. Huge fans of Black Buffalo. Go to blackbuffalo.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros will get you 20% off your first order over there. Next up, guns on campus. West Virginia lawmakers passed an NRA-backed bill that will allow concealed carry permit holders to carry their firearms on the campuses of state colleges and universities. The National Rifle Association applauds the West Virginia legislators' passage of NRA-backed campus carry, says NRA West Virginia State Director Art Thom, who told that to Fox News Digital on Tuesday. There is no reason why any adult who is deemed mature enough to defend his or her country at war should not be entrusted to defend themselves and others on campus. And there is no reason an adult who is allowed to carry in other parts of the state can be trusted when on campus.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like the whole, what is the purpose or intent of a gun-free zone? And just saying that, because they're the ones that are primarily attacked. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand. Like what? I try to steel man the other side's argument. What do they honestly think that just calling something a gun-free zone will make people not bring guns to it?
I think psychologically, most of these signs or commercials or diversions with, this is your brain on drugs or any of that other shits, they're hoping some of the dummies out there, if they see it, they'll be like, oh, shit. Well, we have to abide by this, right? Mm. And that's my honest opinion on it. I'm not even making a joke out of it. I think a lot of this is psychological, including like the wall, the Trump and the wall and all that stuff. Like, yeah, I mean, people are going to dig or build or launch themselves on the wall. It's just the psychological impact for, let's say you can knock out 20% or 25% of it, right? That's my guess.
But you're knocking out 20 to 25% of people who follow the rules.
Mm-hmm.
So you're cutting down on the amount of responsible people in that area that are armed.
Right.
That's stupid.
Look, I don't make the fucking rules.
So if this gets signed into law, which it probably will, it's looking like it will, they'll become the 12th state in the U.S. with the same kind of legislation. Arkansas, Georgia, Kansas, a couple other ones. They have no laws in the books preventing it right now, so technically it's legal, but they're making a law saying it's legal forever. That's what they're doing here. Now, one of the supporters of the bill is a Republican delegate, Mike Honecker, who is a Virginia DPS guy, state police officer, and he responded to the Virginia Tech shooting back in the day. And he was like, well, here's his quote. "I know we have to be careful about this issue, but there's no way I, as someone who's lived through this and seen it with my own eyes, could forbid another free, law-abiding American citizen from carrying a firearm or retaining the ability and the capacity to defend yourself or others, God forbid, they ever be put in a position to do it." And it's really that simple, right? Gun-free zones don't work. And while police response time varies from a few minutes to maybe a half an hour, the response time for a concealed weapon is 1 to 3 seconds. Mm-hmm. The end.
And we've seen it take place where people had to, a shooting broke out or whatever, and they had to take it into their own hands. Homeboy in the mall, remember we showed him piecing up that dude, and I don't know where any of this is headed. Will this go to the Supreme Court?
No.
Okay, so this will just probably get passed with the other states, and then you can keep stacking that up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it'll get passed.
Okay.
And I think South Carolina is getting close to passing constitutional carry right now, which is no permitless concealed carry, basically. And what I didn't know is that 25 states already have it. So if it passes in South Carolina, it'll be a majority of states in the United States that requires no permit, which, it shouldn't. It's a constitutional right. Why would you? What other constitutional right do you need to purchase a permit from the state to be able to exercise? It doesn't make any sense.
Booze. Liquor.
Not to buy it.
Not to buy it, but to
But
sell
you don't
it.
have the constitutional right. I guess technically you do with the
Yeah.
21st Amendment,
Yeah.
but it's not really the same, right?
It depends. I
But
mean, look.
and you don't need a permit to purchase alcohol.
I sit here with these fucking to purchase or sell it, and right now it goes through third party and like
Yeah, but that's a cartel, and it's about taxes. It has nothing to do with your right to have it. Like you can't get arrested for buying alcohol.
no, but how people get it in my opinion, is still an old school, archaic system where you're just like, what, dude? Like Texas, for example. I just done this call yesterday for Hard AF Seltzer. They said for $1,200, we can just get our own permit and sell it ourselves out of here. And I'm like, why do I need to pay $1,200 to you to do that?
Yeah.
Because that'll suddenly magically make it legal if I sell it out of here. And then they were like, well, how do I report the numbers? Because I don't have a there's barcodes and all these cans and all this stuff. I go, I don't have a scanner or a system to plug that into or whatever. And they were like, well, you're just going to have to report it at the end of every month. And I was like, okay, sure. So you're just going to trust me? We're going to be on the honor system here?
Yeah.
It's dumb. There's a lot of laws that are fucking dumb. Next up, more troops to Taiwan. The U.S. is markedly increasing the number of troops deployed to Taiwan, more than quadrupling the current number to bolster a training program for the island's military amid a rising threat from China. The U.S. plans to deploy between 100 and 200 troops to the island in the coming months, up from the roughly 30 that were there a year ago, according to U.S. officials. The larger force will expand a training program the Pentagon has taken pains not to publicize, as the U.S. works to provide Taipei with the capabilities it needs to defend itself without provoking Beijing. A number of American troops, which has included Special Operations Forces and U.S. Marines, has fluctuated by a handful during the past few years, according to Defense Department data. My question to you here is, what the fuck are 100 or 200 more troops going to do over there?
They're training Taiwanese forces. So that's what Special Forces does. There's direct action elements in Army Special Forces, but their primary job is to train local national forces to be force multipliers.
In case they invade Taiwan?
Yeah, sure. But,
because in this instance,
I'm
that's
not
the only
sure
thing that really makes any sense to me personally.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre.
It is.
I honestly, I'm not sure what the real purpose. There's like 24 million people in Taiwan, and there's Chinese cities with more people than that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just for a little background on Taiwan, until 1971, Taiwan was China, right?
Uh-huh.
Broadly internationally considered to be China, not a part of China, but China. Like Taiwan would have been the capital almost, right?
Yeah.
At that point, until the UN voted to recognize the People's Republic of China for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I'm sure it had something to do with money and probably the size of the country and the power and stability and shit like that, because they were both military dictatorships at the time. The Republic of China, which was Taiwan, and then the People's Republic of China, which was the communist side of that. They were both military dictatorships. And it was contentious for a long time, but I guess after the democratization of Taiwan in the early 90s, they stopped bitching about, like, Taiwan at the UN were like, no, we're China, not PRC, we're China. Mm-hmm. That was the argument. Now it's like, we just want to be free from China. Just to give you some clarity on what exactly has been going on over there the last 40 or 50 years. And there's no like perfect comparison to be made here, because there was never any other, I guess, no other state that's no longer a state of America, or doesn't consider itself one that would consider itself America. You know what I mean? It'd be like if Pennsylvania broke off from America, and it's like, no, we're America now for 40 years. And then now they're like, we just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
Right. But imagine if Puerto Rico decided it no longer wanted to be a territory of the United States, and China began sending troops and money and weapons there. How might we react to something like that?
I'd be pretty pissed off about it.
Yeah. So we have no fucking business being in Taiwan. It sucks that China's the dominant force over there, but that's their fucking problem.
Yeah. And I think with everything that's going on right now, I don't know that they invade Taiwan anytime soon.
They don't need to. They control Taiwan.
Yeah,
Why would they invade it?
But that was what was brought up a year ago with the Ukraine sitch, where it was like, is China next? Are they going to take over Taiwan? And remember, the media was all fucking tits up about that, and nothing has really happened there.
Well, unfortunately for all of us, I guess, we do have a contractual obligation to defend Taiwan if China invades them. We have a treaty with them. I'm not sure how that would play out, to be honest. I wouldn't. I mean, what exactly is America? What's our role here? Is it to just defend the entire Earth? You know what I mean?
That's what I keep going back to, and it's like I'm sick of it. Like, we have our own problems here. If our country rocked and everything was going well, great. If not, though, why the fuck are we spending all this money and time and resources and all these other stupid places that I don't really give a shit about?
Well, it's because most of the microprocessors are made in Taiwan.
There you go.
Until
so there's your fucking
that'll
answer.
be the case until 2027,
Yeah.
give or take, when that IBM facility is done in Ohio, and then we'll see. But still, I mean, we still have these global issues like the cobalt that goes into our fucking batteries. You talked about electric cars earlier. There's only one place to get that shit in mass like that. We can get the other rare earth minerals in Peru and Chile and stuff like that, but cobalt only comes from the worst places on Earth for some reason. It's weird, right?
Strange
how that works. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just maybe God does exist and he's a big asshole. You know what I mean? It's hard to say why that's the case, but it is the case.
It is, and I guess it's all controlled by that. But I don't want any of our dudes over there. Let me ask you this: somebody in the chat is saying it's got to be Special Forces group.
First Special Forces group. Yeah, they're responsible for the Asia area.
Do you think they're amped to get a gig like that, or no?
I mean, it's easy money just to go train people. I guess it's better than deploying to fucking Iraq or Afghanistan.
Okay.
Or even Syria, probably, or
Yeah.
Yemen, or wherever the fuck else people are. So yeah, probably.
All right. I didn't know how that.
You get all your deployment money, and it's relatively safe. It's not a bad job to have. It's probably even better in the Philippines, because if you're on a fucking SIF team, a Commanders in Extremis Force, like a direct action SIF team and Special Forces, and you're in the Philippines, man, if you're in those southern islands, you're running and gunning against ISIS and Al Qaeda all the time, running around in fucking soft top Humvees, getting in gunfights and shit. I mean, that's fun, but it's also fun to get paid and do nothing.
Yeah. How are the Jack Shacks in Taiwan? I wonder. Pretty good.
They're slanted slightly.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Have you heard about it, Giorgio? You ever been over there? You seem like a guy who's visited once or twice.
I've visited Southeast Asia.
Yeah. How's Taiwan? How are the Jack Shacks there? Are they nice? Basket weaves? What are we dishing out over there?
Underwater basket weaving.
Here's the good thing about getting jacked off by an Asian. Small hands.
Yep.
But strong hands.
Very
you know what
strong,
I mean?
yeah.
Because they work with their hands still. So it's like you get the best of both worlds.
They sure do. And the skin tone really brings out a white man's cock, doesn't it?
I like it when it pops. Yeah.
Yeah, it pops.
Yeah.
It's very Warhol. Speaking of pop, who wore it better? Remember Sam Brinton, that weirdo Department of Energy employee who's bald, wears dresses, and steals luggage? Bring up a pic of him just as a quick reminder for the audience there. There he is. Look at this little fella. He does kind of look like Matt Damon. Somebody else said this in the chat, and I was just like, holy shit, dude. If you shave Matt Damon's head, would that be Matt Damon?
They got the same facial hair, too.
Yeah.
Matt Damon couldn't grow a beard to save his life.
A female Tanzanian fashion designer based in Houston alleged Wednesday that clothing worn by Brinton had been contained in her luggage that she reported missing in Washington, D.C. in 2018. Aja Kasman, well, yeah, sure, we'll go with that, who has designed and handmade her own clothing line for years, said she recently saw a report that Brinton had been charged with stealing multiple pieces of luggage across the country and noticed that the former official appeared to be wearing her clothes in several of the photos. Holy shit, that's awesome. And she said she had packed the same clothes in a bag that had vanished on March 9th of 2018 at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. She said, I saw the images. Those were my custom designs, which were lost in that bag in 2018. He wore my clothes, which were stolen. Holy shit. Do you have a pic of that?
Rob, I just sent you another. Well, there's side by sides. I just emailed Drinkin' Bros another link.
Okay.
It's from the
Holy
Babylon
shit,
Bee.
dude. This is the real story?
Oh yeah. So the Babylon Bee has, they have an actual news site called Not the Bee.
Okay.
So that's where they post their serious stuff, and they put together a nice little collection of this dude wearing the woman's clothes. I can just airdrop it to you if that's
That's great, dude.
Yeah, all the accounts are logged out for some reason.
standby.
That's strange. Oh, that's strange, Giorgio. What are you looking around at? Why are they logged out?
We'll go user error.
Okay. All right.
Who am I airdropping this to?
Russ's iMac.
There you go. There you go. Daddy's iMac.
I haven't changed the name just because I like saying it out loud.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I like hearing it out loud. I like saying it in the third person, Russ's
What
iMac.
state is this person from again?
From? I don't know.
Or
The woman, or where was the luggage? The luggage was in D.C.
The woman is from Tanzania.
Yeah. Holy shit. All right, let's
So
see that
let's
shit.
go through it. Start at the top of this Not the Bee article. You can see him wearing the same,
Look at
he's literally
that.
wearing this woman's dress.
Holy fucking shit, dude. That's wild.
And then you can see this one, and then scroll down a little bit farther, and you can see her wearing it.
Definitely haven't seen those out. Wow. What the fuck, dude? What are the chances they're the same size? Did he have to get that kind of hemmed up or dialed in?
I guess if you save money on the purchase, you can spend money on the tailor.
That's
right?
true. It is cheaper to get to take it to a tailor there. Look at that.
So this is one of the craziest things of all. I mean, it's like
Whoa, who's in the fucking? Are those people with masks on?
those
the
are
floor?
those are puppies. That's puppy play.
I'm gonna give up on life now. Can you zoom in on that? Can I see that with the people with the dog mask on the floor? Is this real? Is this a real photo, or is this a joke from the
No, this is
Babylon
real.
Bee?
This one was circulating when people first found out who this piece of shit was in the first
What does
place.
it says on his shirt? Damn, daddy.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean,
What do you think it means?
Bob? I want you to tell me what it means.
It means damn, daddy.
Oh, not damn, daddy.
I'm clipping you saying that, and if you ever have a custody hearing in the future, I'm definitely playing that on repeat.
Holy fucking
But yeah,
shit,
like this,
dude.
we knew the dude was stealing people's luggage, and we knew he dressed like a woman. We didn't marry the two together for some reason.
No.
It should have been obvious. But
You
also,
know-
like, he stole from a fucking relatively well-known designer.
But he appropriated a culture. Nobody bitched about that either, huh?
Well, you know, I read something earlier. It's like all this quote-unquote trans women, which is not a thing. There's no such thing as that.
Sure.
But all this trans women and cross-dresser shit is to women what blackface is to black people. You're just appropriating their culture, pushing them out of their own sports and shit.
Yeah.
Like it's all this is fucking deeply rooted misogyny that's fetishized. That's all it is.
That's crazy.
But this is the side of the aisle that's like, oh, we got to protect women. From
Yeah.
who? You?
You're
Fuck,
the
dude.
one we have to protect the women from.
Jesus Christ.
Shit. Now, for you guys at home, you don't have to steal our designs. You can just go to our website, drinkinbros.com, and buy everything you see here in these images.
Well, we've got new stuff.
What do we got here? Oh, did the polos hit? Everybody keeps asking me about the Hard AF
They'll
Seltzer
be on
polos.
today or tomorrow, but
Okay.
we've got new zip-up hoodies with single side design. So if you want to go there, it's just go to Shop All.
The NASCAR one I just bought myself. It's nice.
Go to Shop All.
Drinking Bros one.
Whatever Shop
Now.
That'll Shop All up at the top though will work. Nope. Up.
Top
There we
left.
go.
There you go.
And then sort by date.
Look at that. That's a fancy website we have.
Yeah. So that one says, "Don't tell me what to do." This one says, "Zero fucks given." But we have the pronoun shirt. Nobody cares about your feelings. Defund politicians. All politicians are cunts.
Yeah, we got all of them on the old website there. The Flex Fit hats are my favorite as well, dude. These fit amazing like a dream. Hopefully we'll put these Hard AF ones in there. I like these ones.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. That's shoot first.
Yeehaw later.
Yeehaw later.
Yeah, I've got that one in a short sleeve actually. It's nice. Peruse the entire catalog, and the beauty of it is all the proceeds go to us, and they keep the lights on in this place. So we appreciate it. Also, the submissions for Drinkin' Bro of the Week is on drinkinbros.com as well, so do both. Buy a fucking hoodie or a hat and then make a submission for Drinkin' Bro of the Week, and we'll read it live on air. Next up, white or white as the driven snow. The senior inclusion officer of a Philadelphia-based social justice group has been lying about her ethnic identity for years, claiming she is a woman of color despite being as white as the driven snow, as her mother alleges.
I think it's as pure as the driven snow is what people say, not white.
Yeah.
Because it kind of sounds like her mom might be a white supremacist, but let's move.
Could be.
Let's move on from that.
We don't have to. We can sit in it.
So Raquel Evita Saraswati, who's 39, was born Rachel Elizabeth Seidel. Seidel is like Southern German, so as white as you can get. Like Saxony, like full-on cracker. There's nothing whiter than that.
Do we have a pic of this chick?
That's her right there. Yeah, you want to throw that up?
Yeah, pop that up on screen.
No, that's her.
So this is Tanner for sure. Like this is, yeah. I know what's going on here.
But that doesn't in any way look like what ethnicity was she pretending to be? I don't know what
Indian.
Saraswati. She doesn't look any way Indian.
Yeah, she
doesn't even look like a third or fourth generation Desi Indian.
Yeah, she looks like she's trying to be Indian a little bit. Because look at all the jewelry and the fucking the scarves and shit. Yeah, for sure.
So she's the Chief Equity, Inclusion, and Culture Officer of American Friends Service Committee, which fights violence, inequality, and oppression. She's a Muslim activist who has access to all the files of Quaker groups, workers, and volunteers, and has claimed for years to be Latin, South Asian, and Arab descent.
Also, she's Muslim.
Yeah.
Seidel's Jewish.
Yeah. It's
Not
Really?
not just German.
It's like
It's Jewish.
Jewish, yeah.
So
Wow, you don't say.
her mother, whose name's Carol Peroni, said that she's actually British, German, and Italian. She says, quote, "I call her Rachel. I don't know why she's doing what she's doing. I'm white as the driven snow, and so is she." She added, "I'm German and British. Her father was Calabrese, Italian. She's chosen to live a lie, and I find that very, very sad." She says her daughter converted to Islam in high school.
Yeesh.
And for some reason, like converting to Islam or to any religion as an adult, that's a problem. You know what I mean? If you're not just living out your fucking parents' wishes at this point, it's like, come on, man. Anyways, yeah, in high school, and she chose a different ethnic identity as well. The mother shared photos with The Intercept. I don't know if they're in that New York Post article or not, but she shared photos with The Intercept that shows her as a far lighter complexion as a child.
Oh, do we have it?
And then she also gave The Intercept her Ancestry.com profile, her mom's.
Okay.
As long as the outlet wouldn't publish the image. But we've actually come across some of the images of her. Bob, do you want to pull those up?
Yeah, let's see him, dude. Let's see him.
Okay, here's the first. Oh, no, that's Powder.
That's Powder. That's Powder.
Can you pull up the next one, please?
From the hit movie Powder.
Here's the. Oh, no, that's Whitey from Me, Myself.
Yeah, that's an albino right there. Is there another one? Fuck. That's Michael Jackson. Sorry, guys. Just trying to work out the kinks here.
Oh, this is actually the logo for the Chicago White Sox.
White Sox, yeah.
We'll look for
whites.
those pictures and get back to you later.
Yeah, we'll take a peek through the back catalog and kind of move you up to speed there. What's weird is she's kind of hot. Like, I don't really understand doing all this shit.
I want to see the young white pictures. Maybe her mom will post them on social media.
Yeah, I'd like.
So this is from 2005 when she was in college. So she was kind of transitioning.
Yeah, but transitioning from white to
Jesus Christ.
So did you say her name was Rachel?
Rachel,
So
yeah.
she's Raquel Evita Seidel in her Simmons University photo.
So
she
was
changed the
changing-
first
yep.
name first.
Yeah.
So maybe Evita is her actual middle name. Yeah, we live in a world.
We do. I'm looking forward to this OnlyFans though. That's going to drop here in about 2 months.
Well, she's going to be unemployable now.
Exactly.
Wait,
it's going to be OnlyFans.
Did Rachel Dolezal make an OnlyFans?
Sure did. She sure did. Yes. Giorgio, do you have it? You don't have Rachel.
What are you doing? You having a fucking snack? We're
Jesus
doing a goddamn
Christ.
show here.
When was the time there that you thought that was a good idea?
Answer the question,
To open
asshole.
up a full goddamn 6-inch
Right before
from
you ask
Subway.
me a question.
Yeah.
I'll look for an OnlyFans if she has one.
No, she does. So type in Rachel Dolezal OnlyFans.
I got this chick when she
Oh, you got her when she's white?
Look at that.
Oh, look at that. Give me some applause for that today. Yeah, dude.
And look in the middle. I mean, that's...
Oh, look at her in middle school. Super white. Man, that's called a fucking...
Are there dudes that do this? Have any dudes been caught
yeah,
pretending to be other
but
stuff?
it's a different thing. It's more in Delco's world. It's that bodybuilding world where they paint each other chocolate.
No, that's just to make it pop on camera and shit
still
on
lame,
stage.
dude.
That's not the same thing.
I
They're
don't
not.
like it.
No, we only identify usually as like 9/11 survivors.
Yeah.
Dudes aren't like changing their names to Lavandrius and painting up their skin. and shit.
Exactly, dude. And shout out to you, Bob.
Oh, yeah, there is
9/11
Talcum X. I
survivor.
forgot about him.
Talcum X, dude, is out there.
Yeah, he does it.
He's technically black. I think.
No, there's
Meghan
no-
Markle paints herself up in
There's-
certain
he-
stitches when she needs to.
He is 100% not black. He is completely white.
Is he really?
White? Yeah.
I didn't know that. Shaun White, the snowboarder?
Sean King.
Sean King, there you go. I was like, different person. Shaun White is definitely white. He's
Yeah,
got red hair.
I don't think Shaun White could pretend to be anything other than the fucking ginger he is.
He's definitely
Too
a
ginger
ginger
for that.
there. A little too ginger for that. But yeah, Bob, type in Rachel Dolezal OnlyFans or nude, and you can see some of the photos.
Oh, she has nudes on there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's gross, because she is not an attractive woman.
Look, everybody's got some things in this world, you know? Some people did some things. There you go. Are we allowed to show that one, Bob, on screen? What do you think?
Oh, gross.
There you go.
What's the tattoo?
I'm not lying, dude.
Is that a Squarespace
Justice.
logo? What is that?
What does it say?
It says Justice. I don't really know. Maybe these are chain links.
That's a type, though.
It is bad. Look at her fucking face. Yeah. Jesus Christ, dude.
It's not great. It's not great. But if you're a black man, that's probably right on brand there.
Yeah, no, because the black man wants the white woman
It's
that
the
looks like
ass,
that.
though. Well, she's white. She
is now, yeah, but she was pretending to be black for years. She probably didn't get fucked for 25 years. She fucked up.
Dolezal, dude. The OnlyFans of Dolezal. By the way, if you really scroll through that shit, she goes everything. Go ahead. Fire away.
Subscribers get to see my sensual side pairs with my creative spirit through an intimate lens inspired by color, light, and lingerie on weekends.
Cool, man. So you're just showing people your butthole. Got it.
Pretty much.
Let's not try to church it up. I like porn.
Same.
You don't have to fucking sell porn, just like you don't have to sell drugs. Oh, have you heard of this new drug? There's another new flesh-eating fucking drug out there. Have you heard of this one?
Oh, yeah, the one that's the zombie one where people are...
Like, nobody has ever had to sell drugs.
Well, to be fair, look, she doesn't church it up on the posts themselves. I'll read this one for you.
Dolezal?
It's kind of she's just updating. So she'll write a status with the post being like, hey guys, this is what's going on today.
Hey, Twitter world.
Yeah. All right.
Hello, Twitter world.
So she February 3rd, she says, hey, the double penetration video from this red lingerie collection just posted to your DMs as a Friday born Thursday throwback. Sorry I missed yesterday, fam, was sick. To make it up to you, I sent the butt plug video as well. The second highest vote count, also coincidentally in the red lace set, but topless outfit. Have a great Friday night with these two videos. So she's getting fucking DP'd.
Well, hold on now.
Holy
Hold on now, because
shit.
sometimes on porn sites and on OnlyFans sites, people say DP and they just mean they have two toys inside them, and that is not what that is.
That's not.
DP means two dicks.
She would do that.
Right? Don't fuck it. Yeah, because she's a fucking liar. You
Right.
can't trust people like that.
No, you can't trust...
If I buy this later, and I probably will.
Yeah, obviously, for
and
research.
and it's not real DP, I'm going to be so mad.
So pissed off.
Just her eating two French fries.
Yeah.
You lied about being black. You lied about being DP'd. What else are you going to lie about?
Right.
No, Crocodile Homer Can is the old one. Somebody said it. It's called Trank with a Q. That's the new one.
What's that?
It's that new drug that eats your flesh.
Oh, Trank. Yeah,
People want to get fucked up so badly. Forget about like the dangers of cocaine, which are minimal in my opinion, right? And meth is worse, obviously, and some other stuff. But it's like people will inject themselves with shit or take shit that literally fucks you up, like physically fucks you up badly in a very obvious way that you can see. They don't care.
No.
Fuck you.
Guess
I'm
what
getting
comes
fucked
up?
up.
If
When
you
you
look at
Google
that Trank drug, dude, the skin's melting off people's
So I
bodies. Show
Google
a picture
it,
of it.
and the first thing that comes up is Philadelphia's zombie drug.
There you go. Pennsylvania, man. Pop up a picture of the Trank guy. There was a fucking dude walking through the street.
You should have
that I
just
saw.
pulled up a picture of Delco.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The city?
No.
Or Dan, yeah.
I mean, here's one. This is like one of the first things I found. Just this guy.
Yep.
My people.
I've been
peeps,
doing
dude.
drugs like no shit, and this is in no way an embellishment. I've been doing drugs 11, 42, 31 years.
Okay.
Not once have I had an issue like this. Yeah. Not once have I said, I really want to get high. So you know what I'm going to do? Fucking put some flesh-eating virus on my skin.
Oh, yeah,
that's not a drug problem. That's a stupid problem. You're fucking stupid.
Here's the skin here that we're talking about. So this is what happens to your skin on this drug. Yeesh. My God, man.
So that
like
should
Old
tell you
Dwarf.
right there. You don't have to sell drugs, and you don't have to sell puss.
No.
Ever.
No.
People will buy that shit, even if it's gross.
You're all good there. Oh, God, look at that one. Pop that one up. Jesus Christ. That's gnarly, man.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. So he's injecting it into the veins in his hand?
Maybe.
That's not going to be obvious. You don't really use your hands in public much, so that's a good
Everything I
place to shoot
see
it.
about it though is hands. So I don't know if it specifically attacks the hands. Like I found some very interesting artworks from some medical sites that try to church it up and make it look caring.
Yeah.
It's really pretty sad. But it's everyone's with their
All
hands.
of
wrapped.
I got some arm here. I got some arm action.
Oh, do we have an arm? Let's see it. Let's see that fucking arm.
Oh, that looks like, remember Jared Leto's arm from, what's that movie, Requiem for a Dream?
Yep.
Is it attacking tattoos? Is that what I'm
I
saying?
think so. I think it attacks your tattoos.
I don't think that's right.
It
That's
starts
what it
with
looks like.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
starts with your tattoos, and then it moves to other areas.
We could just look it up, the information's probably out there.
Nah, it doesn't exist. Doesn't exist.
Maybe it's just instead of they can't afford laser like tattoo removal, so they go with this.
Maybe. Either way, if you're looking for a fun time this weekend, do something other than this.
Yeah.
Like literally anything.
This is what happened. We need to, we need good drugs. We need good, high-quality drugs.
We got to legalize it.
Because
That's the only way it's going to happen.
People are going to fucking do drugs and drink and do whatever the fuck they want. And there's nothing you can do about it. So if you know that, then the only real solution available is to let people produce very high quality drugs and let there be market competition so those drugs stay cheap so people don't have to fucking rob each other to afford them.
Yeah.
What are you going to make robbery? So robbery's already illegal. We can't make it more illegal. It's already illegal.
It's already there.
And then you made the drugs illegal as well. That doesn't make sense.
It seems to be Xylene, XYLAZINE is the compound, and right now it looks like for a 100 milligram bottle you can get it for $26.95.
Uncut too. And then you mix it with fentanyl probably.
And it's made for horses.
Now,
is it a tranquilizer?
Can you
a
make
horse
this full
tranquilizer?
screen? Because I think this is what it does to horses.
This is what it does to horses.
Nope,
Yeah.
can't show that full screen. Definitely can't show that on YouTube.
Well, not on YouTube, but you can put it up on our screen full.
Oh, God damn it. Dude.
Now, is that corn? What is that?
I don't
Maggots.
know.
Those are maggots.
I don't
Oh,
wanna-
maggots in the butt.
I
huh?
don't wanna-
So
it's a
that's probably good. They're cleaning them out.
Yeah, it's a prolapsed anus full of maggots.
That's just, this guy's getting a fucking colonoscopy. Animals can't afford the same equipment we use. They have to use maggots.
I didn't need to end the week on this. This is just, we've got guests in the studio, dude, and we're doing this.
Fuck these people.
He's,
They knew what they were getting
he
into.
brought his bride here or his girlfriend, and now we're showing a horse's
Short-lived girlfriend or bride.
anus with maggots coming out.
If she makes it through this, she's probably a keeper.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't ring it up if you haven't, dude.
They look
Holy
so well
shit.
fed.
I'm about to throw up, dude.
Now, how does is that a horse or a donkey? It looks like a donkey.
It's probably donkey.
How does a donkey get a prolapsed anus exactly?
Maybe
Right.
another donkey kicked it in the asshole.
Don't ask questions,
because usually a prolapse happens when something's in and it
Rips.
gets ripped out really fast.
Yeah.
Or you lose rectal integrity in some other way, and your butthole just starts leaking out.
So this is the weakest donkey in the schoolyard, so to speak.
Yeah, he's just been. Maybe he likes it though. You
weak-
don't know.
Possibly, yeah.
You can make a fun little
I've
song.
said this before, but if the animal doesn't run away, that's implied consent.
Yeah. The weakest donkey down by the schoolyard. If you're in the area, and after this show, I don't know that I recommend it, and you stop by and you want to come on at the end of the show and give out your Drinkin' Bro of the Week, we encourage it. Got a sign here on the side of the highway that says Drinkin' Bros Podcast. It's probably going to ruin this young man's relationship here today. Come on up and you can give out your Drinkin' Bro of the Week. Should probably give it to her after the photo we just showed. Yeesh. Today was on YouTube, so the other people couldn't see it, but we had to see this fucking thing. God damn it, Bob. No reason today. No reason whatsoever. Welcome to the show, friends. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Cheers, man. Cheers. State your full name for us.
Kip Thomas Callahan.
There
That's
it
the
is.
government name.
What's your soch? I'm kidding.
I actually had to look that up yesterday. I don't know off the top of my head.
Really?
Yeah.
That's odd. How old are you?
26.
Okay.
A little too old.
Yeah, a little too old not to know your social at this point in life. Pretty strange. Pop that about an inch from your face. There you go.
Better.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
deal.
Absolutely. Who you here with today?
Allison, she's a little camera shy, so she's hanging back there. But
I get it.
Yeah.
Would you want your fucking face on this video? No. The answer's
not
no.
after the maggots.
No.
No.
Well, the people at home couldn't see that because we're on YouTube today. That's true. But you're seeing it fucking in 86 inches or however big the
HD.
screen is. Yeah, 4K. My God, man. Where are you from?
College Station.
Nice. Dude, you guys raging up there?
Not so much right now.
Are you in school?
I was.
Okay.
Now I'm just kind of hanging out until I move to Nebraska.
What are you going to do in Nebraska?
I'm gonna go get my DPT.
What's that?
Physical therapy.
Oh, no
Go
shit.
get my doctorate. Yeah.
Right on, dude. At University of Nebraska?
Creighton.
Okay.
So I'll be like smack dab downtown.
Well, Creighton's got a great basketball team.
Yeah. Well, they picked it up now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bama's
for what's
better,
worth,
though.
A&M is definitely tournament bound as well.
Yeah, they are. They are. So you can root for two teams this
Oh
year,
yeah. Well, I
friend.
got 3. I went to Bama too.
Did you really?
Yes, sir.
Well, can you root for Bama?
I mean, I can't watch.
You guys
them.
have
I'm
the,
bad
the
luck
Aaron
for them.
Hernandez of
Hey,
basketball players there.
He's not guilty yet.
Yet. Yeah, there's more shit coming, though. Delco and I think it.
It gets worse
He dropped
every day.
41 last night.
Yeah, it gets worse every day though. So I think as long as the news gets worse, the points are gonna go up. I'm looking for a 50 bomb soon.
It's entertaining to watch, so I'm rooting for it, and I want to see this beautiful disaster take place at this point, you know?
Absolutely.
Anything for my entertainment at this point, I'm good to go.
1000%.
I'm good to go. How long you been listening to the show?
Since early 2020.
No shit.
Yeah, like right down during lockdown, one of my buddies introduced me to the show, and I just been working my way through the back catalog, but been daily whenever I'm working, just pop y'all on.
Hell yeah. Well, look, we greatly appreciate it. You know the rules here. Who'd you like to give Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
I think I got to give it to my mom.
Okay.
She kind of, in a very rude way, put me on the path I'm on where I kind of went back to school. The exact line was, "You need to make some friends. Get the hell out of my house."
Yeah.
So she sent me off to a CrossFit gym not too far from where we were living, and then that kind of just put me down the road where I'm coaching now, and then got me interested in wanting to go back to school to get my doctorate in physical therapy.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Yeah. How many years of school is that?
So I had to do an additional 2 after my first degree, and then it'll be 2 years in class, and then 1 year going around the country doing clinicals.
Awesome. And is your lady going to come with you?
No, she's got another 3 or 4.
Oh,
3
shit.
years. Yeah, she's working on her PhD in chemistry.
Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah, so smart enough to do that, but dumb enough to hang out with me.
Wicked smart.
Yeah.
I'd go ahead and marry her up after today, dude.
Oh, dude, this
She
is our
sticks
first
around.
episode too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
She sticks around after today. Ugh. Yeah. You can go ahead and put a ring on it, friend. Cheers. Well, cheers to you and your mom. We appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the
Yeah, it was
Hard
a
AF
blast.
seltzers here.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us.
Just getting rocked, hanging out.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it. So if you guys are driving by the old Austin, Tejas area, pop on in. You can come on at the end of the show and give out your Drinkin' Bro of the Week, or you can go to drinkinbros.com. Just click on the submission form, and it'll go right to our email, and we will read them live on air. As always, go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Same with Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and then you can walk away. I promise you, when we get to 10,000 reviews on each, and we're close, I think we're at 6,500, respectively, on both of them, I'll stop saying this fucking thing, and the advertisers can piss off at that point. We appreciate you joining us. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone.